Hi, this is day 2 of talking into a camera every day for 10 minutes until it becomes natural. This is day 2 and today we're gonna talk about... Let's talk about communication and relationships. Okay, I'm not I'm not an expert in relationships, but I have found some things and many things which have very honestly surprised me about relationships and how easy some parts can be solved that many people struggle with, like communication, and I myself have struggled with. And in my relationship, in the sense of romantic relationship right now, in this case, one thing has helped me tremendously, and that was communicating straightforward what my emotional situation is at first, like letting the person into the world of what you're feeling right now. Then on that, explaining what I need from them. And this sounds straightforward, and it is, but this has helped me so many times. And every time I feel sort of disturbed or a discomfort or disconnected from my partner, I just do that. I tell them straight up, no matter, I'm not sugarcoating anything, I just tell them straight up, this is what I feel, and after some thinking, I can always get this is what I want from you out of them. So let's do an example. I came in today and you did say hello, but you didn't give me a warm hello. Like, I didn't feel welcomed. It wasn't a hug and everything that I expect from my partner. When I'm coming home, I want a partner, of course, that hugs me and is like, oh my god, it's so good you're here, but you can't always get that. But that left me feeling a little bit disconnected. So I'm coming to you and I'm telling you, hey, I need to say something real quick because of something I feel. I feel disconnected. So I'm naming the emotion at first. And then I'm going to talk to you about, hey, it's nothing serious. I just feel disconnected because earlier today, what my expectation was to come home and get a warm welcome, get a hug, get to talk to you first and ask you how your day was, or perhaps you asked me how my day was, and I didn't get that. And I get that there's stuff going on. You probably didn't mean it, but because of your behavior, I now feel kind of hurt, disconnected, and sad. And then the most important part, because now you're just softly criticizing, which is not even criticizing, you're just explaining the situation from your worldview, from your eyes, from whatever is happening behind your eyes. You're explaining that to the other person because they sometimes might not be able to tell that. And then the most important part comes, which is, I think, more important for men, because we're always in the state of solving problems and we're not always supposed to solve the problem. That helps a lot, the next step, which is, I'm gonna now tell you, I wanted to feel connected because I love you, but I can't right now. But the intent is still there. Like, I love you, but you made it hard for me and you made it feel like you didn't love me. So, action, what I want from you, what I need right now. I just need to feel welcome. And the hug that I didn't get earlier, you can just give it to me now. And I don't know, maybe apologize for a second that you didn't give me the warm hug. Or maybe just explain, hey, yeah, I was bummed out because of this and that happened during work and it wasn't personal. I didn't want to put the energy onto you, so I just dismissed you in a way as to not hurt you. And that's an explanation. So I'm just gonna give you the action. Hey, maybe you can explain what is going on. I'm just gonna need from you a little bit more warmth, a little bit more closeness, physical contact, maybe, if that's my love language, or if that's just something that I need in that moment. But to have every topic, and it doesn't have to be as complex as I just did it right now, to have every topic dismantled just like that in these 2 easy steps of explaining what's going on and then explaining what I need or what I want from you right now. That has helped so much. And furthermore, another thing that has helped greatly is to be to really try hard to be an open book. And I mean that in the sense that I like to swallow things, not in the way as, I swallow my emotions, store them deep down, and then they just come out. Not like that. I just, when I go through my day, I don't talk about the things that I do to my partner. And when some small stuff is happening, that I realize, that I recognize in my life and with my partner, that have an impact on me. Those things, no matter how insignificant they might feel, I always tell them, and I always start with, hey, this feels really useless, and I would never tell you this, but I think this might be smart to tell you. So I'm always saying like, hey, if I didn't know it better, I would never tell you this. But I realized this about our situation, or I realized this today, and this had an impact on me, so I'm gonna change because of that moment, and I want you to be in my life and change with me, so I'm gonna tell you what changed me. You know? And that also, to explain those things and let the other person into my world, even at points where it doesn't feel like it's necessary. But then I realize that actually makes it very, very special. And I also realized that if I would go with my intuition every time I'm talking, every time I'm talking about feelings, situations, or whatever, then I would have messed up my relationship after 3 months. So it's really important that you have those sort of those support columns which you can depend upon. I'm gonna tell my partner everything that is valuable, that has changed me, that is going to change me, that I would deem as useless or boring and would never tell them, but I'm gonna every time, even though it feels like that, and also to explain every emotion that comes into my mind about a situation with those two steps. That is one small thing, or two small things that have really helped me to be a better partner, and also to explain my feelings in a better manner. And from the other side, also for arguments and for this example of telling the partner how you're feeling, for the other side, it is very important that you never ever rush over the feelings or the situation that the other person is trying to explain. Because I have realized that in most situations, the person that is feeling something, and it doesn't have to be sad or disconnected, it might also be angry, it might be disappointed, it might be disgusted even, which sucks. But every time that other person, the emotion might resolve within them if they just feel understood. And this is what I mean, what is hard for us men to realize, which sucks to put it in that category, but I think it is like that. We want to solve everything. And for us it is good to hear what we should do after we hear the emotions, which is nice, but it is very important that if you're listening, you might actually solve all of their problems in that moment. And this happens a lot. If you just can honestly make the other person feel understood, as if you were in that moment, in that situation with that person, and felt the things they felt and saw the things that they saw and can honestly say, I understand what you were going through, and try to literally put yourself in their shoes and like fully encompass that feeling, and also of course tell that to your partner. If they or if you feel understood, you sometimes realize that everything within you just breaks up, and that's all you needed. 10 minutes. Then go to bed for today, huh? We'll see each other tomorrow.